Gonna talk about one of the biggest stories. I didn't report it as soon as it happened. Donald Trump. Call him Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Attempted assassination. Now, you know there's gonna be the conspiracy side and there's gonna be the other side. But he was almost, shot in the face, but it grazed his ear when he was doing whatever his speech for some convention, right, in Pennsylvania. And yeah, they reacted. The Secret Service reacted. Some people are claiming this is staged. There's a group out there saying this is fake. And then there's a lot of people are saying this is true. Facts. Either way, the person who was shooting this weapon was a young man, right? Young man. He never thought it would be. And he's the type what you would think, well, stereotypically, would be bullied when you see him. Just see the picture, right? Obviously, something was going wrong in the head mentally. His name is Thomas Matthew Crooks. They said that he had other things, like maybe explosives somewhere else, not too far. But he was on top of a building. He managed to get on top of a building where, important people were not too far from, Secret Service, security and all. And he managed to let off a shot, a couple of them, right? I'm not confirming, but I heard 2 people were killed. That's what we're hearing, 1 or 2. The former president, Trump, got shot or grazed in his ear, grazed. So now a lot of people are going to say it's staged. You're seeing a lot of things come online, conspiracy theories. I sometimes dig up a lot of that. But either way, this is going to create a division more in America because it's going to make people who are with Donald Trump be more, ready, alert, more aggressive than ever before. And now people who are on the other side, they're going to feel a certain way because they might feel somebody might be a copycat and do the same thing at Biden's, his convention, whatever he does. So it's double-edged sword. Now, I've seen this time and time over and over again. Young Caucasian kid from the rural areas or suburbs, most of the time bullied, right? Looks like this one, this kid, and shooting up schools, colleges. You never know when they could explode, right? This is what happened. He must really hate Trump. I know a lot of people hate Trump, but they didn't take it this far. This kid took it that far to basically do something, and look what happened. He's deceased. They killed him right on the spot. No joke. Now, is this gonna give Trump actually an edge right now that a lot of people are gonna respect him more because it's like this God type of, I don't know what you're gonna call it, like he's invincible, right? Which we know he's not invincible, but it just gives that like he survived this assassination and they really want to take him out because he's telling you all the truth. They don't want him to become the president. Good story. It's a good story for Trump. When it first happened, I was saying I'm not surprised. On our platform, we've been telling people a long time about this. We've been saying something like this is gonna happen. A long time ago, we were saying something like this is gonna happen. That Trump probably might get killed, right? It's in the, people are talking about reference to Simpsons, The Simpsons. They do. That there was a episode of him getting assassinated, right? So, told you so. We've been talking about Trump for a long time I'm tired of talking about it. A lot of people are now waking up. It's like you got to see it to believe it. He didn't think this would happen. A lot of people hate him, and he put himself right back out there to become someone, well, to become a president again, to have that extra power, because he loves power. He's a wealthy man. He loves power. So now, right, it's going to make him have a different energy, more security, better be around for both sides. What happened? America doesn't look good right now. It looks very vulnerable, America does. Doesn't look good. Nope. Trump almost died. But then on the other side, people are saying this is staged. They're saying this is all staged. Right? So now, that's Trump. I'm sure he'll be all right now. I'm going to talk about this Rick Ross. People have been talking about it for the last couple weeks. Rick Ross came to Vancouver. I don't know if he got the DJ to play it or what, but played that Not Like Us and got bum rushed. Basically got his whole security staff beat up. He got I think one punch in his face or something like that. He was in the crowd. All of his security got basically handled. Very embarrassing, right? Got beat. And a local rapper, well, from Canada, Mercules, was there. I remember reporting soon as, that story came up. He was there, Mercules. But this is my thing about what went over a lot of people's heads. Because nowadays it's like people have short attention spans. I don't know. But when this was going on, I was hearing the N-word. I don't know if there's a black guy saying it to them, but I saw only white individuals, and they were saying the N-word like they're allowed to use it. I swear it was more than one voice. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I was hearing the N-word. So, yes, Rick Ross people got beat. But if you really look on it, if that's true, that those white individuals were saying the N-word, this is like a hate crime. I want to know. No one's talking about that. They only show the clip, certain parts of the clip. They don't show the beginning when it started, right? Maybe in the entourage, I think there was a black guy, but the majority of the Vancouver entourage that went and beat up Rick Ross's security, they're white. I didn't see the black guy really. Maybe there was, but I heard N, and I don't support that. But Rick Ross, you deserve that beating. Not Like Us track came on. What do you expect? You got handled, man. In Canada. Very embarrassing. And you love coming here, Rick Ross. You love coming here. So all of that trolling about Drake playing the Not Like Us didn't work. Did not work. So I'm wondering now, because there was a rapper and he kind of, called him Bam Bam Bigelow after some time, Mercules, is this going to create a beef between them? Do they have a beef? Maybe they had something back in the past, but will this re-energize something for both artists? Will it do something for them? I don't know. Maybe. Rick Ross is searching. He's very desperate now. Rick Ross is a very desperate artist. But Mercules, he's signed to Snoop Dogg, Death Row's label. So I'm sure he's all right. I'm sure he's all right. But man, Mercules, you better be careful when you go to America. Because maybe, Rick Ross has more power in certain places, influences. So you got to be careful. But yeah, Rick Ross, you got your ass kicked and handled. Well deserved. Well, he didn't get it kicked enough, right? It was really the whole entourage. He just got one punch in his face, and that's it. And he's still, joking. He's still talking about it, right? Still talking. He got beat. Now, other news, right? A lot of things are going on. A lot of things are going on. So, the Drake, Kendrick Lamar, still continuing. People think that Drake's gonna come out with a track subliminally dissing Kendrick. I don't think he wants that. I don't think you want to even do that. Like I mentioned, do some R&B music. Don't try to do that hip hop or rap battle anymore, Mr. Aubrey. Do just the singing and the R&B and you'll be okay. You got to do that, man. Stay away from all of this beef stuff, Drake. Stay away from it and you'll be all right. Kendrick's still number one. Kendrick is number one on these Billboard charts. Still number one. And then you keep hearing about Drake was the top streaming artist for the month. Like, it's all mixed up. You hearing before that, The Weeknd, and now we know Kendrick's song is the top at the charts right now. Even Eminem, I don't know if he's gonna, I'm thinking he might knock him out of some of these positions, Kendrick. But so far that song, Not Like Us, is going strong, right? Kendrick has not released an album yet. The only one who released the full album so far is Eminem. I know LL Cool J, he's supposed to release an album. He released a new track recently. LL Cool J, the legend, you know, from the old school, still around. He released a new track. He's coming out with an album called The Force. Still good in the game, LL Cool J. If you want to know about hip hop, yeah, look up LL Cool J. He's coming out. But then you got 50 in all of this. Still got 50 Cent joking around. He's funny. He knows how to stir the pot. He knows how to stir it up, right? I guarantee he's Eminem's biggest supporter right now. Because Eminem dissed Ja Rule, he dissed Puffy. Big time. Those are big spotlight moments in M's new album, but 50 Cent loves that. Digging up that, like. And then, recent news, Benzino, another enemy or whatever of Eminem, had his opinions of the album and said that it's basically trash. He's outdated, no one's gonna listen to it, and how he told people about Eminem and everything, getting criticized by Benzino right now. And a lot of people are gonna criticize this, Eminem's album, right? He's the white hope, like it or not. A lot of people are gonna criticize that. What could you do? When you're successful and you're on top, there's gonna be a lot of people who hate. Trust me. There's gonna be a lot of people who hate. Like I said before in our other stream, that woman Candace Owens, she's coming after M. I don't know what's her next move, but she basically recited some of the lyrics towards her and basically calling Eminem gay. Do you think? I'm not saying that, but I'll be honest, I've never seen Eminem with a woman in a long time, like a woman by his side or, any rumored celebrity romance. Makes you wonder. No disrespect, but it makes you wonder. You get what I mean? Man. But the Trump news is the biggest news right now. Donald Trump, or Chump. I call him Donald Trump. That's the biggest news right now. But in hip hop, it's bad because you can't even name a couple albums anymore what are like out or coming out. The only one what stands out right now, and he's gonna make a lot of money off of it, is Eminem. As a big international artist, it's just Eminem. Who else? The decline of female hip-hop is happening right now because most of the female hip-hop artists, they're not even selling out arenas, and like they're not doing good. Ice Spice, Meg The Stallion, I heard she's giving tickets away for free. Meg The Stallion, who else? They're not. Oh, and then what's called Sexy Red. Her shows are not even going nowhere. What? Because you know what? People are becoming more smart with the music that they select and the music that they will actually pay to go see. So when they see Sexy Red, they say, I could watch her on the internet. I don't want to really go to a concert and see her. Stand how long? 2 hours listening to her? What how versatile is that? Her sales, not too good. Ice Spice, not doing too good. Meg The Stallion, not doing too good. Trend, what someone I seen in a blog or a post, slut rap is going down or something like that. It's not. We're in a different space right now. We're in a big different space right now where hip hop is going through a change, and I think the change is going back the change is for the good, for quality to come back, for bodies of work to come back, for people to work on albums, not just singles. Because I feel for a lot of years, people been accepting crap, bullshit, and calling it good, right? Like, respect to some of these southern rappers, but some of them ain't good, man. I'll be straight up. Some of them are just trying to copy the next man, right? Man, oh man. But top content maker, or you'd say hip hop urban media of the year, Akademiks. Akademiks #2 was Joe Budden. What do you think about that? I think rightfully deserved. Akademiks always reporting on hip hop or whatever's going on in the industry, the commercial industry. Joe Budden himself, they put him #2. I'm not even looking at #3. I'm looking at #1 and #2, right? They put one of my favorites, $1 million worth of game, is like one of the last, like 9 with Gilly and Wallow, right? But I think part of that is they need to interview. They do interview a lot of people. I don't know what it is. Maybe they got to change something up. I think there needs to be something changed up. I don't know exactly what it is, but I don't think they should be like at 9th and stuff like that. I think, for example, now, it's my number. Akademiks #1, 2, Joe Budden, what it's called, Math Hoffa's podcast, #3, right? $1 million worth of game, #4. If we're talking hip hop, because they're covering hip hop. Akademiks, Joe Budden, Math Hoffa's podcast, and $1 million worth of game. That's where I give you. The rest, I can't even remember them. That means they ain't really that big, right? Breakfast Club, yeah, they should be up there too. Breakfast Club. There's nobody else. There's other people who do radio and other media, but those are the top ones. What do you think? I think Akademiks puts in work a lot. He's on Twitch, he's on YouTube Lives, and Joe Budden, he's always working. Always something new, right? $1 million worth of game with, I think they kind of slowed down, but Gilly has an excuse because his son passed away not too long ago, right? But a lot of things are going on. hopefully for the better. What's his name again? Recent news want people to have peace. Nori, he's hoping that Drake and Kendrick Lamar make up and make a hit track. That they're hoping that they make up to make a hit track. Not saying it might not happen, but now with the hit song that Kendrick has, Not Like Us, I don't think he wants to do that now because then he'll put himself in the same realm as J. Cole. It's too early for that. If he does that, he could lose some respect. Even though you want all this peace. If he does that now, he could lose some respect. So I don't think Kendrick is gonna make any track with Drake, right? The only way that would happen soon as possible if Drake extends an olive branch and kind of apologizes to Kendrick. But I don't see that happening now because Kendrick has a couple songs, diss songs, which maybe he might do some more videos. Who says he's not gonna do more videos? He might do more videos. There's more diss tracks. It's just one, not like, not like us, but he has some other ones, man. What people wouldn't mind to see the visuals for. I don't think that's gonna happen. Drake wants to win all the time. This time, he lost. People are claiming he's gonna come out with a subliminal diss track. I don't think you wanna do that right now. But yeah, you already heard, he been hearing it, Drake. Kendrick is gonna keep doing his thing, right? But yeah, the main news story, like I said from the beginning, Trump almost got assassinated. Almost got killed. But the shooter, no, never got to get him. There's rumor, I don't know if it's a rumor, that there was somebody on the top of the building who encountered the shooter, right? And then the shooter still let off them shots. And you know what happened to that individual? Young individual, man, lost his life. And part of it is probably mental illness. Mental illness is very important to take care of because this is what it is, right? No one is perfect, but there's a pattern that's been going on. They're not putting that in the highlighting the type of person who does these things a lot. It could be anyone, but a lot of cases, it's a young white male who goes out of his way to get these weapons and go do his own justice, sick justice, to hurt people out there because of what they don't like, what they don't agree with. So they take it upon themselves to go hurt somebody else because of opinions, or they've been getting bullied. So there's a lot of mental illness going on with a lot of people in America that fits that description, and even other people. But to just go out there by yourself, risk your own life, it's like self-suicide, to hurt some other people, something's going on up here. So this is not the first time. It's just big, because it's the president, our former president of the United States, who wants to become a president again. And he's a big character, Donald Trump, even before he was a president. A lot of people hate him. Some people do want to see him probably dead, right? Like that kid. Terrible. 50 Cent's making jokes of it, putting Donald Trump's head on top of his face, Get Rich or Die Trying cover, making jokes of it, performing with it in the background. A lot of people are making jokes of it, but it was serious. Now, if that did hit him, people would be talking different maybe. You know what I'm saying? He got off a lot of his crimes, right? I don't know if it's sympathy, but a lot of things been recently, I think the sexual assaults or something, his criminal acts were dismissed. Coincidence? All his criminal acts are dismissed not too long after. So a lot of his stuff is dismissed. People, just remember that. I had a feeling, and that's why he wants to run to be the president, so that nothing else could happen like that again. He had 30-something charges, 34 charges. 34 charges. And he's not facing nothing. America, come on. He's not facing anything? 34 charges? Something's got to give. Now, other news, because this is D2E news, talking about Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar, he put out to another legend, right? Hip-hop legend, KRS-One, a challenge, debate, and some others. Talking about hip-hop, the origination, how it originated. He basically saying only Americans, Black Americans, foundational Black Americans are the ones who created hip-hop. And that West Indians, Jamaicans, Puerto Ricans did not create anything. But KRS-One is saying something else. Lord Jamar put out an invitation. Lord Jamar goes on a lot of podcasts. He was part of the legendary group Brand Nubian, and he has his own podcast too, the Godcast. But he put it out. Will KRS-One accept? Will KRS-One talk to him? That would be an interesting debate. Interesting. But this is my thing is, they have all types of definitions going on, right? A foundational Black American. Okay, so you have to be generations and generations to claim a culture, hip-hop. So if you're born in America and your parents are from somewhere else, you are not part of creating anything. Basically saying that the Jamaicans, who came and have children, that their children who grew up with the foundational Black Americans are not a part of creating anything. Right? So the whole fight is that saying that no outside influenced the hip-hop culture. A lot of the first hip-hop artists are West Indian background. You could check it up. Just search a lot of the artists. Wikipedia is there, search a lot of them. Biggie Smalls background, right? Most of the female rappers from New York, West Indian background. Little Kim, Foxy Brown, Cardi B, Little Ma, it's called, not Little Ma. It's a whole bunch, man. I done my research. Just do your research. Most of the first hip-hop artists that came out have West Indian background. So that they don't count, they're a guest. We're gonna go back to this guest thing, right? This guest. So Eminem, as I was talking about earlier, Eminem is a guest too. Eminem's a guest in hip-hop. This is what Lord Jamar is the one who talked about this first, saying that artists like Eminem or any white artists are guests in hip-hop. or anyone who's not black are a guest in hip hop. That's Lord Jamar and Tariq Nasheed, another one, saying that. Saying if you are not a foundational black American, you were never a part of the creation of hip hop. Might have influenced it a little bit, but that's it, right? That's it. This Donald Trump thing will blow over. It will blow over. It's blown over a lot of people's head, the crimes that he has done. 34 charges, and they're all dismissed recently after this failed assassination. Just find it real funny that after this failed assassination, a lot of the charges are dropped, are dismissed. America is like a movie, man. It's like a movie. Like I said, a lot of things are going on right now in the world. There's a war going on in the Ukraine with Russia. I'm surprised that's pushed under now. You don't even hear about that anymore. The thing going on in Israel, don't see nothing about that. They know how to blanket the media. They know how to do it. Good, I studied the media a long time ago. They know how to divert things. And I think the Kendrick Lamar and the Drake beef, right? Respect to it for the culture, but I think that was a blanket for a lot of things what was going on in the world at that whole time the beef was going on. A lot of news stories was blanketed. People weren't even paying attention to it. But a lot of things was going on, right? So distractions do happen. Look at the Puffy thing. It comes up, it goes down, disappears. Like, especially with this whole beef thing, the whole Puffy thing disappeared. It disappeared. It's still kind of going on, but it's kind of still quiet because of, look, Eminem came out with a new project. He came out with a new project, Eminem. So that will overshadow stuff. Kendrick Lamar, you still see them talking about that track. That's overshadowing things. What's next? I hear them talking about, I swear it's like, I hear them talking about aliens more than ever. All this stuff what people used to make fun of and call it a hoax. Like, you're seeing that all over the net now, like talking about aliens, creatures, like it's kind of crazy. All of a sudden, I swear I'm living in a twilight zone. For forever, they've been calling people crazy and nuts who talk about aliens, UFOs, creatures. Now it's all over the net, pushed, and not just pushed by anybody. People who are actually supposed to be intelligent or influential, down to the government, is talking about these UFOs. We know they hide shit, but it's out there more than ever. They're talking about this stuff. It's crazy, man. Do you believe this? Do you believe in the UFO stuff? I have my opinions. When I was younger, I was all into that space stuff and UFO stuff. But I don't know. I think it's over, or whatever you want to call it, saturated. You see it too much, especially on the gram or YouTube. You see all these conspiracy stuff with the government and aliens. Now they're basically telling us they're saying it's true. That's what it sounds like. The media, or the government controls media too, wants that out there. I don't know. If you believe it, you believe it. If you don't, that's all right. You get what I mean? Some people don't believe in the Bible. But yeah, I don't know. Every day there's a new news story, right? We love hip hop, but we cover other things too, all around the world, right? So you're welcome to comment and please subscribe and support the channel. But yeah, the biggest news you're gonna hear for a long time is this whole Donald Trump stuff. It's gonna transform into something else, right? They should be talking about their gun laws. They should be talking about mental illness. They should be talking about bullying, because bullying is one of the main reasons this happened, is bullying. And Trump is a bully. Trump is a bully. So he represents the bully. And the shooter represents the person who's getting bullied. And the bully don't want none of that. I mean, the person who's the victim don't want any of that. Like I said, I listened to Eminem's album, and he basically has this character all through his album. He has this character who done the shooting in his album. He's talking about white America. He's talking about a Caucasian kid who's being bullied like himself and going off with violence. That's what this kid done. But now he's dead. So Eminem could relate to this individual. They could relate. He could relate to him. It's funny in a way that how his album came out around this time, because Eminem talks about a lot of people, right? You know, I done a review on it. I don't know, like Trump, I didn't really see too much of Trump, because remember, it's cancel culture he's attacking. And Trump does the same thing. He talks whatever's on his mind, so he could relate to him. He's talking a lot of stuff, right? So this individual is what Eminem talked about many times. Check it out, like I said before. But what else is going on in hip hop? You gotta search for it nowadays. If you want good quality hip hop, you gotta search for it. I know Pete Rock and Common Sense, they came out with an album. Check it out, right? I will be checking it out, listening to it. Ghostface Killer from the Wu-Tang, not too long ago, came out with an album. I listened to it, done a review. Great album. That's a hip hop album. Ghostface, right? Set the Tone. That's the name of the album. Set the Tone. Check it out. Ghostface Killer. Who else has an album? See, there's not too much people with albums nowadays. You gotta search for that. That's sad. You gotta search for people with albums. And I mean commercial artists. A lot of underground artists have albums, but commercial artists, the only one what's standing out is Eminem, Ghostface, and now Pete Rock and Common Sense. We're waiting for some more hip hop albums, not singles anymore. We're waiting for it. But besides that, what's going on? Every day there's something going on, right? I'm from dissects, Toronto, and in Toronto, for example, the hip hop, we have good hip hop, right? We have good hip hop, but the hip hop what's promoted on most of the pages is garbage, my opinion, garbage. In the last 5 or 7 years, people just I don't know what, if they're lying or like what they're trying to do, but there hasn't been no artist besides Drake, right? I'm talking in supposed to be the hip hop genre that's been doing good without Drake too. I'm not talking about the artists who are signed with Drake and associated with Drake. We haven't had any hip hop artists independently from Toronto make an impact besides Drake and Tory Lanez, right? The problem with it is because there's a lot of copycats. The music they're putting out in Toronto it's not sellable to the market. It's only good for the local environment, right? The people who are championed or talked about the most are the ones who get in trouble, the ones who get locked up. Those is what some people put as the best rappers. Not by skills and lyrics, by popularity and clout. Because majority of the artists I hear some of these platforms in Toronto give the most respect to, they ain't good. They're not that. There's a limited few. Back in the days, there was a whole bunch. But now, in Toronto, no. And that's why there was no one to defend Drake against Kendrick Lamar. There's nobody from OVO that came out, and there's nobody from anywhere that could come out to even defend Drake, because the quality, I'm sorry, of the younger artists have gone down. There's probably a couple out there, but it has gone down in Toronto. Because a lot of people are following other trends. They're not being themselves. That's why, right? So some people are saying most of the good rappers are locked up. I don't believe that. I believe a lot of the good rappers or hip hop artists from Toronto ain't getting a chance, really, to shine. Or they're just good ones who are not putting in work, really, and they're not putting themselves out there as much. But I know there's a lot of lyricists from the six just putting it out there. Toronto hip hop needs to step up, and with quality lyrics and production. Quality lyrics, production, let's hear more bars. That's what I want to hear. Don't want to hear the auto-tune or you trying to sound like somebody from Chicago or Atlanta. Be yourself. Be yourself, right? If you want, you can follow the type of blueprint Drake done, right? You can't just be in Toronto. You gotta move, right? And do shows. You gotta do shows. People talking about this op stuff like they're children. If you're gonna keep on that level, why are you doing music? You can't go out and perform. Does not make no sense. But that's my opinion of the six and Toronto hip hop. So far, there's more I could talk about, but it doesn't make no sense. But most of the artists right now, they ain't doing nothing. Respect to the ones who do. But yeah, this is down to earth news, talking about a lot of things, but I don't know what's going on, because like I'm saying, every day there's a story going on. Every day there's rumors going on in the media. That's how it is. And like I said, the biggest story is Trump. That's the biggest story I'm seeing. For hip hop, still on that Kendrick Lamar and Drake stuff. Every day you see Kendrick sell that streams going crazy, haywire. So everybody wants to try to knock him out now. Like how people wanted to knock out Drake. Let's be straight up, right? Let's be straight up. The major hip hop platforms, what used to be big, like XXL and Hot New Hip Hop, you don't even see them anymore trending. This is to show you why they say hip hop sales have gone down. The interest is just not there. Let's see. I'm gonna check Folio. I heard about that kid. I didn't really listen to his music. He got killed in Florida. The trend out there is very dangerous. You get what I mean? So it seems like it's very dangerous. Ice Spice Girls title gets revoked. Nothing interesting, man. Nothing is interesting. Nothing is interesting coming out here. Let's see. Meg Thee Stallion, who cares about her? LL Cool J, Essential Songs, Young Thug. See, there's nothing to talk about. Nothing to talk about. This is bad. You can't even, there's not even a list of hip-hop albums to talk about. You have more chatter like Cameron and Mace rips Jay Prince apart because Jay Prince must have said something. That's the biggest news right now. Cameron and Mace dissing Jay Prince. So it's the beef era. That's the only thing people want to listen to and watch. They want to know about beef. It's crazy. Beef is the thing. If it's not beef, people don't care. Trust me, I know. Nothing. Where's the hip-hop news? Metro Boomin exposed for cheating. Who gives a damn? That's his business. Ice Spice Girls title gets revoked by critics and Central C cheating. See, do you hear all of this shit? Talking about cheating. Talking about relationships. People have beefs. No music. That's why a lot of these private publications like, or whatever these hip hop media sites are like dying because there's so much people doing it. But man, it's like, where's the hip hop albums? See, I'm on hot new hip hop. Right? Can't even find anything. I'm trying. News. Songs. It's just songs, not even albums. You don't hear about an album anymore. Songs. Songs. Tory Lanez has a project coming out. I'm hearing Tory Lanez has a project coming out. Free Tory Lanez, man. Free Tory Lanez. So bad that he's in, man. Tory Lanez has something. Let's see. Graph, a great artist, has something. Rockefeller Chain, right? Who else? This bad, this bad, this bad, this bad. All I see is Eminem mostly in here, man. What's going on? I think DJ Mustard has something. DJ Mustard has something. Bad, 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 bad. This is bad. Nothing. It's all new artists. Respect to all the new artists, but man, what's going on, man? That's why hip-hop sales been going down and Afrobeats is taking over. Why is it going down? Because no one's coming out. No one's creative anymore. That's why Eminem's album and who else? Who had a body of Drake. Anyone who comes out with a body of work, they're the ones who's really winning. Any of the big ones comes out with a body of work. No one has really a body of work. The only ones they're not commercialized, right? Like Conway the Machine. Conway the Machine. He had a couple projects out in the last couple recent years. Griselda Camp. They have some projects out. The Griselda Camp. Who else? Limited, man. Mostly people from the South. Future. 21 Savage came out with something with Drake and himself. 21 Savage. Not too many, man. All those people who come out, they're benefiting. They're laughing. There's hardly any competition. Where is the competition? That's why Drake and Kendrick had to do this thing. It helped both of them, no matter what. They're active, right? And some of the OGs are active doing shows still. But man, if I was to say like besides the big names, who's good coming out, don't really know. But I like that Eminem showcased an artist, right? Part of Dreamville, JID. I'm looking out for a project from him. I'm hoping he comes out with a new album, right? That young cat, he could spit, right? JID. You gotta check him out, JID. But J. Cole, waiting for something. Waiting for something from J. Cole. Come on, J. Cole, please bring something, man. Please bring something to the game. You were smart to step out of the beef. Hopefully you're working on something. Drake, people are waiting for something from you. I don't know, man. I don't know with you. Kendrick Lamar, he's coming out with something. We all waiting for that. We all waiting for that. And you better bring it like you've been bringing it. Don't water it down. Bring it, Kendrick. Who else, man? Snoop, the West Coast. I don't know, man. Respect to the West Coast, but it's only Kendrick, man, doing it. Can't really name anybody new coming out from the West Coast. New York, there's people, but you can't really even name that. It's always the South. It's always the South. Man, it's bad that you gotta dig and look and think for these artists if you love hip hop. Because it's a limited few. That's why Eminem's album is gonna go skyrocket. It's gonna go up there. There's no competition. And he knows it. There's no competition for Eminem right now. None. Drake, if he does some R&B songs, he will go up in the charts. Women love to buy music, right? Kendrick, all his fans are gonna buy his album. All the supporters. Even the new people who discovered his music. A lot of new people discovered his music. His album's gonna go crazy sales. But right now, it's the White Hope, man. Fuck, I'm just trying to think, man. And all these stories, it's a distraction, especially in the hip hop community. It's a distraction because right now, it's the content era. It seems like to me, I see more content from people like myself than even music. Where's the music? You're welcome to comment your opinions and I will reply to you. Bless up to all of you right here. But where's the music? Shit, man. It's bad. That's why people are listening to UK drill. They're listening to all Afro beats because people are tired of the same shit. Imagine having at least 5 artists out with quality albums like Eminem. That would make hip hop more fun again. That would bring it back. That would bring it back. But there's none. Hardly any. It's bad. I can't even name them. I just said the ones that are coming out. LL Cool J, The Force, Pete Rock, and Common Sense. They're coming out. Or they came out with an album. It's not good, man. We need some of you vets to come back, do something new, because I think a lot of the new cats are searching, what should I do? Because if I come out now, I don't want to have my album just fall on deaf ears. But guess what happened? Kendrick, even Drake, they brought up the level of doing this hip hop or rap thing, right? And now Eminem has brought it up more. So if you ain't spitting like Kendrick or some content close to it, or like, okay, even Drake, right? Eminem, if you're not exciting with your lyrics or whatever you're doing, no one's gonna want to, you're not gonna make it. Not in the hip hop genre. You're not gonna make it. You're gonna get criticized because they're gonna judge you from Kendrick and Eminem when you come out now. The guys from the South could pull it off, especially if they've been doing it for a while. But if you're coming out new right now, I think a lot of people are being educated about hip hop more, even new people, and they don't want to listen to the bullshit. I think a lot of people who came onto hip hop these last 5 years are starting to actually do research on the music, and now they know what's real, what we call real hip hop, from shit hop. That's what's going on. People are actually listening, and they know quality from garbage. So, is that a good thing or bad thing? It's a good thing, because people are actually educating themselves more about the culture instead of just listening to anything. Right? We live and direct. Please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, all that good stuff. Any news stories? We're on IG, Down to Earth Network. On Instagram, you can follow us, Down to Earth Network on the Instagram, aka Down to Earth Podcast. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, what stories are out there right now? I know Rick Ross, like I said, Rick Ross got his ass kicked, right? Him and his whole entourage when he came to Canada, right? The night before Canada Day. Drake still wondering what to do, right? Kendrick Lamar celebrating that track, going up and up and up. Donald Trump almost died, right? Other big news, probably you're gonna hear about Elon Musk and what he's doing, with technology and stuff. Oh, follow us also on X, Down to Earth Podcast D2E, right? And me on Twitter, Ross Myrie, right? Down to Earth Podcast Network on Twitter. We're on all podcast platforms where you can listen to us. On Spotify, you can listen and watch. Patreon, Rumble, we're everywhere. That's why it's a network. We're in all different types of platforms, right? But yeah, that's the media for you now. I covered a good amount of stuff. Talked about the city and the platforms that promote only a limited few of the so-called hip-hop artists from here in the six. I don't know what to say. I guarantee there's going to be a lot more news tomorrow. I just know that the big news, one of the biggest hip-hop news, is Cameron, right? And Mace dissing J Prince. Right? There's a lot of enemies, frenemies. Let's see. I might check for one more story. No, let's see what's going on here. And like I said, I hope we see a J. Cole album coming out. But he's gonna get criticized though. He will get criticized. He will get criticized because of the beef, or the so-called beef, right? Yeah, the LL Cool J single, what's out now, is called Passion. DJ Mustard has a new single called Pray For Me, right? Let's see who's known. Future, Recipe for Love, right? B.O.B. Bamboo. B.O.B. You remember B.O.B.? Bamboo, right? What else? Hoodlums, Denzel Curry. He has that out. But, let's see. There's nothing, man. Nothing going on. What's going on? Bless up to everybody that's tuned in to this live stream. But it's really going on, man. There's hardly anything. Like, you really gotta go real deep to look for some of these, for hip hop, man. For like hip hop, what's coming out, like new body of work. It's bad. There's a lot of new artists, but whew. Like a lot of commercial artists, which I know already, but man. Okay, and the other story, I gotta cover this. The Pop Smoke situation. The Pop Smoke, one of the people who were involved in his murder was on a show, right? No Jumper, Adam 22's show. This man's named Blockstar showed his face and basically said he had no remorse. I don't know if he's trying to play that cool shit, but man, if I was you, I would leave California or wherever you're at right now, because you saying that, you're gonna get some backlash. You came out, you could not wait, and you went to the media, No Jumper. I don't know if he paid you or what, but he must have paid you, because you're risking your life. Maybe you feel comfortable because Pop Smoke's people are from New York, right? And you're in the West, so you feel brave. Rumor is, I heard that the brother was involved, Pop Smoke's brother. A lot of the time, these cases, it's someone real close to you involved in these type of situations. That's the rumor, saying that Pop Smoke's brother was involved in the murder, but no one has prosecuted him or brought him in for anything. The whole big story is that this guy, Blockstar, Adam 22, had him on the show, and this guy was talking. Clearly he was on something, but he's talking, confessing how he doesn't really have a care, no feelings for what he's done. For real? No feelings? And you go on something what's like a big platform, like No Jumper, to say that shit? Whew. That's crazy. Adam 22 is the show. I don't know if anybody else is gonna put you on their platform. He will. I don't see nobody else putting you on the platform to talk to. Rarely. And most likely you're gonna ask for money. And you should, because you're putting yourself at risk. Right? I think his last name is Bashar or something like that. His first name is Bashar Jackson. Right? Not a good look, boy. Not a good look. My advice, stay out the spotlight. That's my advice. Stay out of the spotlight if you want your life, because people will probably come looking for you if you keep showing your face. It's not a good look. Trust me. That was a big story, right? That was a big story. It's still a big story because people are going to be talking about it. It's still a big story, right? So, what else is there? What else is there? I think I covered a lot, right? I talked about even Lord Lamar and this whole hip-hop thing, controversy. Now he's going on a lot of shows, talking. A lot of people are talking. And like I said, for the last 10 minutes, I was trying to think of new music. I'm trying to think of new music. can't really think of any. That's bad, man. That's fucking bad. Only a limited few. What should we do? A limited few. It makes limited stories. That's why, especially in like Toronto media, where I'm from, they keep talking about Drake. Drake. Every page, Drake. Kendrick. Because that's all really what's out there. Rick Ross is part of that story too. There's no one really else to talk about. Game tried to throw himself in it too, and it's all mixed up. It's all the same characters, right? Okay, Kanye West news, I'm gonna retire. I guess he wants attention. No one cares. Kanye West tried to put himself in the beef. Didn't work. No one cared about Kanye West coming in the beef. Now he's saying he's retiring. No one cares. You see that? He's really looking for attention so bad that he's saying he's retiring from music. Ooh. You think people say, no, Kanye, no. No, Kanye. But no. You're retiring and people don't give a, they don't care. That's bad. Cancel culture really hit Kanye West, right? So Eminem is probably speaking for him in a way too. He's speaking a lot for a lot of people, even me, because some of my opinions is not popular either. You could check it out. It's not popular. Down to earth, if anything, we are totally against this whole cancel culture. All this censorship going on Instagram and everywhere. Everybody's so sensitive now. You can't really say anything. You say the wrong word, you might get locked up. Right? So Eminem has an album basically dedicated to this whole cancel culture. And other people are with it. You can't say anything nowadays without basically getting in trouble. Not a good way to live. Still got to be kind of sensitive to people though, right? But it's not a good way to live. Like I'm saying, I'm searching, I'm thinking of stories, what's out there cooking, and it's not too much, man. They're gonna repeat all the stuff I just mentioned as news for the next 2 weeks unless something happens differently, right? Unless something happens. I just know that Tory Lanez, like I was talking about releases, I think he has a project coming out, Tory Lanez. He's behind bars, but he's still doing music. Free Tory. I don't even see people, see this is the thing. The way people push for Drake, right? Especially the ones from Toronto. I never seen them push for Tory Lanez. Like with any type of energy, really push. They should be pushing more than ever with free Tory Lanez shirts. Free Tory Lanez. Everywhere. I don't know. I don't know what he's done, if people don't really like him, but obviously he has a lot of fans. But I don't see the same energy for him, right? And The Weeknd, I gotta give it to you, Weeknd. I gotta give it to you, The Weeknd. You really sneaky. You really good. You really good, Weeknd. Hiding. You're the real one behind the beef, man. You're the real one behind the beef. You got beef with Drake. Right? And then you're smart. You made Kendrick Lamar and the rest do the dirty work for you. And you're the one with the beef. We know it's over a girl situation, right? But it's The Weeknd and Drake. The Weeknd and Drake. That's the real beef, not Kendrick. Kendrick is The Weeknd's friend. You saw him at the pop-out show, right? You noticed? You saw Weeknd in the crowd, smiling and laughing and just relaxing. He's the real one. Some of the people in America, respect to you, media, they don't dig that deep. No one's looking at that. He ain't looking at that, man. I'm giving you the info from the six. Weeknd and Drake's the real beef. Shall be continued. We shall see. Right? But people, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share. This is the news, right? Donald Trump, Rick Ross, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, a whole bunch of stuff I just covered here. And like I said, search, look for good hip hop, because it's out there. It's just not in your face right now. They're gonna put a whole bunch of these what I call commercial MCs out there for you. They're not gonna put the ones who are really lyrical saying anything in a message. Everybody claims like Kendrick Lamar is conscious and all that stuff, and basically he's like the champion for people who are on that level, doing conscious hip hop. That was never something what was popular. Well, not too long being popular, because the powers that be don't want that. They don't want that. So for Kendrick to break through, respect to that. But he has a machine. Let's be straight up, Dr. Dre and a couple co-signers. Because normally, someone who's spitting like Kendrick with that content would not be getting any spotlight. They would not give him spotlight normally. But he's a great MC. Can't take that away from him. There's a lot of great MCs who have tried to bring that message out too, but didn't go too far because they don't have the cosign. And that's facts. That's facts. So I'm hearing, I didn't watch the full interview, but I don't know if his name's Mob James. He was on, I think, who was interviewing him? Vlad. He usually interviews him, right? And what did he say in that pop-up show? Saying it's mostly rich people. I gotta watch that. Rich people who was at, I guess, on the stage or at the show. I don't know how expensive it was for people to attend. And he, like, on the stage, the West Coast was showing themselves unity at the pop-out show. It didn't have all the West Coast people, like people want to make it seem like. It had all the new generation, I'll call the new generation, the new West, on the stage. And not all of them, but it had a good amount of them that respect Kendrick. Yeah. So I don't know if he's calling them all rich. I don't know. I don't think they're all rich, but he was saying it's all rich people. I think Mob James is his name, right? He's on, what's his name? The Vlad show a lot. He's, what he's associated himself as a ex-blood leader or something like that in Compton. So, yeah. He's like a Keefe D character. Check it out on Vlad. There's an interview. I'm gonna check it out too. But he is basically saying it's all rich people who's at the whatever pop-out show. That's what he was saying. But it's very sad in this era that we have a limited few hip-hop artists that are coming out with good content. It's very bad. Very bad. Very bad. Hopefully we see a hip-hop group. I know the Lox is trying to do what they can. Wu-Tang, but these are vets. Will we ever see a new hip-hop group? I know Mobb Deep, Havoc is working on a new Mobb Deep album. That's gonna be coming out, see? These are things what people should be talking about. Mobb Deep, the legendary group. Rest in peace to Prodigy, but a new album is coming out. That's what people should be talking about. I think there's too much talk and less little bit of action going on. But I've been on here for a while. This is the Down to Earth Network, Down to Earth Podcast. Please subscribe, like, comment, and support the channel. Much respect. I'm your host, Shawn Myrie of the Down to Earth Podcast.